giant BookCon haul. This is my huge haul from RomantasyCon. I am so freaking excited. I am so freaking excited to go through all of this stuff and share it with you guys. So we are going to dive right in. So first up, there were several books that I got signed today that I had brought with me from home. We have Kiss of the Basilisk, Dark Harmony. This is Lindsay Straub and Laura Thalassa. I am currently reading Direbound by Sable Sorensen, and I got this signed today, which was so freaking awesome. I did also bring just some dust jackets to not have to carry around as many books. So we have Warrior Princess Assassin by Bridget Kemmerer. We have Air of Illusion by Madeline Taylor. And we have Something Wicked by Fallon Ballard. All of these authors had like cool swag, and a lot of them had art prints. So as I'm going through my box and bag of stuff, we will be looking at all of that together. First off, I picked up Spellbound Scones from Fleur de Villani. De Villani? De Villani? I think that's how you say her name. I don't know. But I had seen this on TikTok Shop. Every time I went to go buy this version, it was sold out. It has the beautiful little sprayed edge with like the cupcakes. The quality of this cover too is like so freaking gorgeous. Like, it is a paperback, but it's like a really sturdy, you can tell it's like a really well done paperback. It's gorgeous. And then she signed it and personalized it to me. She was so kind. I believe I did also get a bookmark from her, but I don't think she tucked it into the book. I think it's somewhere else in my giant bag of stuff. But this was something that I went into the con hoping I would be able to buy because I knew I wanted it. So I was very, very excited when I saw that she still had these in stock. Next up is another little something that I went into the con knowing I wanted to buy, and that is Spring's Descent by C.L. Breyer. This is a Persephone and Hades retelling. This is like one of the gorgeous special editions. It has the beautiful sprayed edges. It has gorgeous art end papers. It has this beautiful foiled cover. And it also has a reversible dust jacket with gorgeous character art. So this was another author that I had seen on TikTok, and I had thought about buying her books before, but when I realized she was going to be at the con, I was like, oh, let me go get one in person and like get it signed, meet her, and then I'm going to read this one, and if I like it, I will buy the rest of the series. So we did meet her. She was very kind. And again, this was one of the things that I went into the convention knowing that I wanted to buy. Also, this did come with 3 art prints. We have this super cute character art of our female main character, and then we have this character art of our couple. I do have a Not Safe for Work print sandwiched in the middle of these. I will not be showing any of those on camera, but I did get a lot of those today as well. So next up is actually another book by C.L. Breyer. The Ripped Bodice had a bookstore set up at the con today, and that was actually where I found this. I had never heard of this before, but oh, I cannot show you this. There's more artwork. But this is like a dark romance, and it's inspired by the 7 Deadly Sins. This one is envy, and then she says she plans to complete the series doing a sin for each book, like the main male character. Are you kidding me? Do you see this hardcover? This is insane. This is what I want from a plain hardcover. This is so freaking gorgeous. And I was so stoked to pick this up. I thought it was so beautiful. And she did sign this one for me as well, which I thought was awesome. And then this did also come. Oh, wow. Okay, this came with art that I cannot show on camera at all. So, this was an author that I had actually never heard of. Her name was Jawaria Ali. I hope I'm saying her name right. If I am not, I am very sorry. But this is Fallen Kainat. I need to look up the pronunciation to make sure I'm saying this right. But this is a romantasy based on Pakistani myths, and when she pitched that to me, I was like, that sounds so interesting and so unique and different. So I decided to pick this one up. And then she actually gave us like a bunch of really cool. Oh, oh my gosh. It's a little passport, but it has like all of the info about the book, and the genre is dystopian dark romantasy. Slay. But this came with this gorgeous bookmark, this cute little passport, and then she did give us a bunch of other like cool swag. She gave me and my sister a bunch of other cool swag. Some of it I cannot show on camera, but just know there was some good stuff in there. So, next up, we have a tiny little monster romance novella, and this is The Gargoyle's Grace by L. Alexander. I saw this booth with all of this different monster romance, and these little novellas were only $10. I did only buy the first in the series just because I am trying to get better about not buying a whole series all at once. I'm somebody who's really bad about that, where I want to own the entire series before I start reading it. But then it also, I mean, I'm rarely somebody who DNFs. I typically know what I like, and I typically don't pick a book up unless I'm like 99% certain I'm going to like it. But I am kind of trying to break myself of that habit. So I did just buy this first one, but I love just like short, spicy little monster romance novellas like this. I find them so fun and enjoyable, and it's a really nice way to, you know, get a little fun palate cleanser read in there. And also, I just love like a short, spicy book. I feel like it helps you achieve your reading goals. So I'm super excited about this one. I am absolutely stoked on this. And this and the last author that I spoke about were authors that I had not heard of until today. So that was another thing I really enjoyed about RomantasyCon, is that I did get to go around and discover so many new authors that I didn't know about before. So this next book is another one that I bought from the Ripped Bodice mini bookstore that they had set up, and that is Illusion of Stars by Sarah Marie Page. When I was walking through their bookstore, like so many titles caught my eye. There were so many things that looked like they were going to be so good. But this one just really, the back really gripped me. It really caught my attention. So this was the one I decided to get. I have never heard of this author, and I don't know, I'm just excited. I'm excited about this one. Again, I really do love reading books that I've never heard of as much as I do also love reading what's popular. I do tend to think that a lot of popular books are popular for a reason because they're good, but also there is something super special about discovering a new author and discovering, or at least a new to you author, and discovering a book that you've never heard anybody talk about, and this is one of those. So I'm very excited to get into this. So these next two books that I bought were also from the Ripped Bodice bookstore. It was my first stop of the day after the panel that I went to. So I definitely did. I let myself buy 4 books. And I tried to really rein myself in. I didn't want to spend too much money all in one place. I really did want to be able to support as many different authors and businesses as my budget would allow. But I saw these and they caught my eye, and that is The Book of Sin and Blood Rains Down. These are both by H.M. Wolfe. I had not heard of these books, but Daggermouth by H.M. Wolfe is literally everywhere right now. And I don't really know much about that book. I know that it's like dystopian, and that's really all I know. So these Romantasy, I was super, super stoked to pick these up. I believe this is a duology, and this is book 1, and this is book 2. So I was super stoked to find these today. Never read anything by H.M. Wolfe, and I thought it would be fun to start with these. And then the last books. We have A Curse So Dark and Lonely by Bridget Kemmerer. Has this really cool sprayed edge. It says break the curse. And then she did sign it and personalize it to me, which I really appreciated. We had a little talk about her books because I was asking where to go after reading Warrior Princess Assassin, because that's the first book I've read from her, and I loved it so, so much. And she actually pointed me in the direction of one of her other books, Forging Silver into Stars, I believe was the one that she said seemed like it would be most similar to what I typically like to read. But she was out of stock of that one by the time I made it to her table. And I really did want to buy like the special sprayed edge editions that she said she had just for the convention. So I was super stoked to pick this one up. And then I did pick one other book up from her. And let me see if I can get it out. And that is Defy the Night. This one also has a really cool sprayed edge. It says mind your metal. And then she did also sign this one to me as well. So I thought that was so freaking cool. I am so excited to get into those books. You know, that was one of those, like, when you read a book by an author you've never read before and you absolutely fall in love with their work and are like, I need to read everything else that they've ever made ever. That was exactly how I felt when I finished Warrior Princess Assassin. So I am super excited to start reading some of Bridget's other work. So now we are getting into prints, bookmarks, small items. Let's start with the Air of Illusion prints, because some of these were NSFW and some of them weren't. So I believe I got like 8 different prints. Again, I felt a little guilty grabbing all of them, but they were free, and like, again, I do really enjoy this book, and I'm really excited to have character art for reading the series going forward. So we have this one of our main characters. We have this gorgeous one of our main characters. I'm obsessed with this. Next one is NSFW. I think I could probably show you this one. We have Ivy in her collar. This one is so freaking gorgeous. Then we have Ivy and the King. And then we have the art that this art actually sold me on the book when she posted it on social media. We have Ivy and we have Thorn. So good. And then I remember seeing this on social media too. Are you kidding me? So good. And then them out in the forest. And then this one is in a different art style, but I still really like this one too. We have the 2 of them together. So those were all the Air of Illusion prints I got, which it is a little crazy that I picked up so many. I am aware. I feel like maybe I should have tried to restrain myself a little, but what can you do? So, next thing I picked up, I did actually get to meet Courtney L. Wynn today. I have not read Vesselless yet. It was one of the books on my hopeful TBR for this month. Unfortunately, I just ran out of time and I didn't get to it, but I do have a copy of it. It was my Allurial pick a couple months back. So I did get to meet Courtney, and she did give me these super cool little prints. So I'm stoked to have these. I think this will be really fun to have to like tuck in the book and be able to look at as I'm reading. So super excited about these. She was also super, super kind. So that was really cool. Oh, let's do the Warrior Princess Assassin ones. Okay. All right. So we have all my swag from Bridget Kemmerer. We have All Disarm for You, Princess, which is what Kai says to Dory. I'm obsessed. And then we have this little bookmark that actually has like all of her books on it, or most of her books, I guess, on it. So I was super excited about this. Stoked. Because I know I'm going to buy more of her other books. And then apparently I accidentally picked up 2 of these, but it's a little Warrior Princess Assassin bookmark, and this is the other side. Accidentally picked up 2. And then we have the art prints, which I am giggling and kicking my feet. These are so good. I am obsessed. So we have the 3 of them. We have Asher, Jory, and Kai. And then again, the 3 of them. I'm so obsessed with them. I love them so much. It was so cool to be able to talk to Bridget and tell her like how much I truly loved this book, because it was so fantastic. I thought it was so good in every way. So super stoked to have been able to pick these up. Really excited about them. Next up is definitely the most like unique free swag item I received today. And that is this little matchbox for Something Wicked by Fallon Ballard. I thought this was so freaking cool. Like, it's a tiny matchbox with a book cover on it. There is also a QR code on the back. I have not scanned this. Not sure if it leads to like her website or to where you can buy the book. But I thought this was so cool, especially since La Puissance is like a club. I thought that this was really, really fitting and was super cool. And then she also did have these little bookmarks, which are like admission tickets to La Puissance, which I thought was another really, really cool touch. I got super, super excited about these. So next up, we have the Direbound swag that I was able to pick up today. We have this, which, oh, sorry, it's supposed to go like this, which is Marin and Stark from Direbound. So freaking excited. I'm reading Direbound right now, and I cannot wait to tuck this into the book to have to look at. And then 2 bookmarks. This one is Killian Valtier, and this one is Stark Therion. We have not met Killian yet at the point of the book that I'm at, so super stoked to see who he is. Like, he's cute. Cool. And then she had a bunch of other really cool swag. So she had these really awesome stickers. This is Anassa, and this is Kratos, which this is Marin's wolf, and I believe this is Stark's wolf. So super stoked about these. These are really cool. And then she also had some stickers. I didn't pick all of them just because I wanted to save some for other people. But we have Use Me, I'm Yours, and we have Get Bonded, which this one is so funny to me. I am so excited about these. And then the last 2 pieces of swag I got from her, we have this gorgeous print of Marin and her wolf, and then we have Stark and his wolf in the background, which this is so freaking stunning. I think this is so cool. And then the last little swag is this little like flag for the Strategos pack, which I thought was so awesome. These are actually meant to go on the bottom of your lanyard. However, by the time I got to the convention, the lanyards were gone, which I think that must have just been like a planning oversight. We obviously still got our cards to be able to enter the ballrooms and the convention, but I don't really know where I'm going to put this because I don't have like a lanyard thingy. But either way, I thought this was a really cool little fun piece of swag, and I was really excited to get it, even though I don't know where I'm going to put it. We're going to try to rapid fire through some of the stuff really quick. So we have this super cool character art bookmark. This was from Alexandra Kennington. Her books looked super interesting. Unfortunately, I did not pick any of them up, but her stuff did look really, really great. And I'm glad that I have this because I'll be able to look her up and hopefully buy her books in the future. And then the next two came from the Ripped Bodice, and these are insane. Like, the quality of these is stunning. We have To the Stars That Listen and the Dreams That Are Answered from ACOTAR. And then we have You Do Not Yield and You Will Not Be Afraid, which I believe this is from Throne of Glass. So, super stoked about these. Can't wait to use this when the next ACOTAR book comes out. Stoked to use this on my Throne of Glass journey, which hopefully I'll be going on soon. And then we have just this little card from Laura Thalassa, and then this bookmark, which apparently this is from Pestilence, which is one of the books in, I don't know what the series is called, but it's the series where it's the four horsemen of the apocalypse. So, slay. And then we have this bookmark, which is from Alicia Klefek and Lila Appleton. This is, I believe, some of their books, which is super cool. And then this is another print from Envy by C.L. Breyer. Are you kidding me? Are you joking? Like, you see? I am so excited about that. So then we have a print, which this is actually from a book that's not out yet. This is by Roseanne A. Brown, or the book it's from is by Roseanne A. Brown. Art credit goes to Britt Bard art, but this is so stunning. This is like a beautiful print, and this is from like a Hades and Persephone inspired story. Her books look so interesting, and I actually am kind of sad that I didn't pick them up. She has a completed duology out that seemed really, really interesting. So hopefully I will be able to pick that up soon. What else do we have here? Oh, I didn't complete this. There was a little stamp rally, and you could get entered into a drawing to win a Kindle. Unfortunately, I did only speak to, I believe I spoke to two of the authors on this, but forgot to get the signature for one of them. But I also just ran out of time, so unfortunately did not get to complete this. But I did think it was cool that so many booths had opportunities to like win different swag and different items. I thought that was just a really nice thing that a bunch of the artists did. This is an envelope of not safe for work prints. I believe these are the ones that go with Fallen Kainat. So I'm excited to put these in the book. I also do have the overlays that go with Air of Illusion, but I tucked them into one of these books. So I'm going to have to look when I'm done filming and see where I put them, because I specifically put them in between one of the books so they wouldn't get smushed. Then we have some artwork that I purchased, which I am so stoked about. And that is this gorgeous art of Cassian and Nesta. Are you kidding me? This is so freaking beautiful. Little foiled print. So excited. I feel like this captures Cassian and Nesta's energy so well. And then, because I bought a print, I was able to get a free bookmark. So we have this gorgeous bookmark of Reese and Feyre, which I was also super stoked. I was debating between their print and Cassian and Nesta's, but I feel like I've wanted to find art that captures Nesta's vibe, and this really did it for me. So, but in the end, I got to get both. So I was super, super excited about these. Very, very excited to hang up this print and use this bookmark. We're getting down to the last couple of items. So this was also from Jaweria Ali. Super stoked, just a cute little art print. And I believe this relates to a book that she's currently writing that's coming out chapter by chapter if you're like on her mailing list. So that's super cool. And I feel like I'll need to sign up for that because it seems really awesome. And more gorgeous art. This I'm super excited about. We have this cute ass little keychain charm of Reese and Feyre. Are you kidding? I love this so much. They did have larger sizes, but I felt like a small one would be a lot more practical to put on my keys. But I thought this was so freaking beautiful. It's Reese and Feyre, and there's like so many little details in the frame. Thought this was super cool. This was one of the first things I picked up because I saw it and I was like, I actually just have to have that. So super stoked on that. We're getting down to the last couple of things. Oh, okay. So this was all of the swag that came with Fallen Cannot. So we have this funky little pen, which is like so cool. Love me a pen. We have this little sticker pack, and what else is in here? It's a little sticker pack and like a teeny booklet. I don't know what's in there, but then we have this annotation bookmark, which I absolutely love. Those things are the best. And then she also had like a little spin the wheel, and I won this little bracelet, which is presumably says Royce, which is presumably one of her male main characters. So this was all of the swag that I got from her. All right, so these are just some of the little bookmarks, QR codes that I got from different authors throughout the day. I believe I've already talked about all three of these authors, so we're just going to put those over there. Then we have another one of these little badge things, and this one says Villain Enthusiast, which I think is so cool. I believe this was from one of the artist booths that we visited, but super stoked on this. It's very cute. And then what I got from Lindsay Straub, a teeny tiny frog. You see him? He is so effing small, and he's so derpy, but I love him, and he will live on the bookshelf with my other small animals. Like, he's so tiny. I don't know if you could see him, but he's so little and so cute. So, I thought that was really funny, too, how she had, like, a really unique, like, funky form of swag instead of, like, artwork or anything actually related to the book. I felt like that was very on brand for her, and I personally enjoyed it. All right, last couple things. These are just a couple of cards about Fleur de Villany's other books. This was the one that I picked up today, and then these are like the other series and books that she has. We have two stickers, which my sister actually got for me. We have this little bookworm. He's so cute. And then she got a freebie sticker with some of the stuff she bought. So I picked out Juden Carden because the Folk of the Air series is on my TBR, and I do plan on reading it sometime this year. So I thought a little grumpy Juden Carden sticker would be perfect. And then the last couple things that I got are bookmarks. So this is a little bookmark this is from L. Alexander. This is from the author of the Gargoyle monster romance book I picked up. Just a cute little bookmark with some character art. This one came from an artist. This is Abby Williams' studio. I just thought that this one was gorgeous, and she was giving away free bookmarks if you signed up for her mailing list. And then last 3 items. Oh my gosh, wait, I just realized what these are from. So this is War, Death, and Pestilence. And Pestilence? Pestilence? I feel like I'm not saying that right. But these are the guys from Laura Thalassa's Four Horsemen series. So we have these 3, and then I think Famine is the only one that I'm missing. They didn't have any more out on the table by the time I got there, so I'm assuming that maybe they ran out of Famine for whatever reason, which is like actually like so ironic, but yeah, these super cool character art bookmarks. So I don't know if you can see my stack, but that is my giant haul. Wait, there's one more item. So there is one last item, and that is this. I'm not going to take it out of the protective wrapping just because I don't have a place to hang it yet, but this giant, gorgeous art print of the Night Court and other ACOTAR characters. So we have the whole Night Court in the middle here. We have Nesta and Elaine. We have Emery. Excuse me. We have Emery and Gwyn. We have the Surreal. We have Lucian. We have Tamlin. Everybody that we love and know, or maybe don't love, from this series is in this print. I have been looking for a print like this for weeks now. I am trying to get started on creating a bookish gallery wall of my own art and art from some awesome creators, and I've been trying to find a print of everybody in the Night Court, and I found this one early on today, and I fell in love with it, and I was like, let me take a pause, which also I think was smart, because carrying around a print like this all day, I worry that I would have like possibly damaged it or something. So went around the rest of the convention. Me and my sister actually were about to leave. We had walked out of the hotel and left, and I turned around and made us go back inside because I was like, wait, I know I'm going to regret it if I do not go back and pick up this print, because it's like exactly what I've been looking for the past couple weeks. So I am so excited about this. This is like a beautiful, giant, high quality print, and I was so freaking stoked to find this, and I literally cannot wait to hang this up. So stay tuned for that bookish gallery wall video. That will be coming soon, hopefully. But yeah, that is going to be everything from this haul. I will say I had such a good time at the convention. It was really, really fun. It was a really unique experience. I will say, as somebody who is a bit more introverted, it did take a lot of my social battery. I am very, very tired, but it was so fun and it was so worth it. I got to meet so many amazing artists, small business owners, authors, so many cool and so many kind people, and it was just a really fantastic day. I may make a little like con survival tip video at some point in the future, because I feel like going to my first convention, I feel like I definitely learned a lot, and there's some things that I would do differently moving forward going to another convention. But overall, I am just so stoked. I feel so lucky to have been able to go today, and so lucky to have been able to support so many authors and artists and small businesses. So yeah, that is everything for this video. I hope that you enjoyed seeing this haul. Hopefully you will be seeing some reading vlogs from me for some of these books in the future. But yeah, that's going to be everything for today. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope that you enjoyed the video. Definitely subscribe, give me a like and a comment if you are feeling it. I would really appreciate it. It helps a lot. I hope that I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!